Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Chainsaw Man Review. Today we're going to be going over chapter 177, Trigger Finger. And we're going to be picking up right where we left off after the last chapter, where Yoru, of course, decided that defeating Pochita was way more worth saving her comrades whatsoever, despite that long, meaningful conversation that she had with Asa, basically saying that if she sacrifices her comrades, this is all essentially for nothing anyway. And despite that, in the final moments before she herself passes, she thinks, fuck it, and basically just sacrifices the Gun Devil. Tank Devil has what we know is, I believe, 20 to 25% of the Gun Devil broken out of the Soviet Union, and however much of the Tank Devil was apparently hidden in Mexico. And using the combined efforts of both of those weapons of war, Yoru was actually able to retrieve a decent amount of her original power and shoot, a finger bang. I wish we had a better name for that, but it is what it is, right into Chainsaw Man and basically return the ground to neutral. And at the start of this chapter, we basically get full confirmation that Yoru did also shoot out the Mouth Devil from Chainsaw Man's stomach, which, great aim. Even though I'm very certain the translators were happy to just collect the bag, doing absolutely nothing for a couple more chapters. We're not that lucky. The Ear Devil ended in like 1 to 2 chapters, and now the Mouth Devil is gone in 1 to 2 as well. But either way, Yoru thinks about what she's really done. I mean, she's basically given up her children, these weapons of mass destruction, horrors of war that were born originally from her. I mean, there's no guns, artillery, and all of that stuff without war. Not for nothing. So she really realizes what she's done, but at the end of the day, feels like it's completely justified. Asa is, of course, completely detached from this idea of having to beat Chainsaw Man in a fight. To be completely honest, she just wants to help Denji for the feelings that she still doesn't understand about Denji. And it's just crazy that, like, no matter what happens with the end of these two, I'm sure Denji of all people is gonna get past it, but Asa still has to deal with that crazy situation that Yoru put her in with Denji a couple chapters ago. That's still burned into my mind. But thinking about Denji primarily, Asa asks Yoru, like, is this really going to help Denji? Is killing the Black Chainsaw Man going to fulfill Denji's wish of becoming a normal boy like Pinocchio? Because Yoru says, yeah, that's what Famine says, but she doesn't look back at Asa when she says this. So to be completely honest with you, not only do I think Yoru not believe this, I don't think Famine believes this, and I personally don't believe this now, just based off of this interaction, because you have to really think about it. It's really in both Famine and Yoru's interests to just completely obliterate Pochita. I mean, he's already killed them before, now they're on their way back up and up. It wouldn't be surprising to me that they were just manipulating Denji, mostly Fami. Yoru's just playing along, just manipulating Denji in order to get what they want, which is mostly just killing Chainsaw Man. The idea was that they would replace Pochita's heart after it's dead with a human heart, and that way Denji can just live an ordinary life, not as Chainsaw Man. But to be honest with you, despite that technically being what Denji says he wants right now, Denji's in a state of mania at the current moment. He thinks Nayuta is dead. His entire apartment just burned down. All of his dogs are, don't even remind me about the dogs, I will lose my mind. But the Denji is in a complete state of shock, and he just got essayed a couple chapters ago. He doesn't know what is even going on right now. It's absolutely insane to say that Denji knows what he wants now. Anyway, we love Denji, and I just care about him as I would like a little brother. So I hate to see him get manipulated and taken advantage of like this, because it seems like that's what's happening. Asa asks if Yoru is really okay with this, getting rid of her children and sacrificing the things that she claims she was fighting for in order to achieve this win. Despite the bond that they formed, this level of trust that we saw in the last chapter where Yoru was willing to confide in Asa, and they've both come such a long way and have grown such a great relationship, they truly are different species entirely, and they always will be. Because when Asa asks, is it really okay to sacrifice your children like this, Yoru does turn around and looks Asa in the eyes, so you know she means this statement. She says, aren't children parents' property anyway? And it's just a big reminder that Asa is a human, and Yoru isn't just Yoru. She's also the War Devil, the amalgamation of the fear of war as a concept, And I don't think that these two people, despite the relationship they formed, will ever always see eye to eye on this, because you can see the look on Asa's face. And we know Asa's controversial relationship with parenthood, because we've already seen how she feels so guilty for her mom's death, despite her mom probably wanting things to go this way, right? Her mom would have wanted to save her daughter over anything. Most parents would. But Asa's always going to have that survivor's guilt. To her, she chose a cat over her mom during that Typhoon Devil attack. It's to hear those words from Yoru of all people and be reminded of that trauma for her. We don't even know what happened to Asa's dad, but we do know that both of her parents died in a devil attack, whether that was before or after the mom incident. Regardless of how Asa reacts to this is going to have an effect on her, and it's going to change the way that Asa looks at Yoru. Anyway, after all of that, we do get back to the fight between Yoru and Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man appears from the building, and Yoru does her normal declaration, general-like, crazy war hero yelling at Chainsaw Man, "I'm gonna fight you. Do you remember me? Was the pain enough?" All that crazy stuff, because Yoru, at the end of the day, is a fucking madman. We have to remember this. Chainsaw Man, of course, of all things, just fucks right off, which is absolutely hilarious. We go right back into the normal Fujimoto shenanigans, and I can tell he's really having fun writing this again, because the couple of panels of Yoru just... Where did he go? That is hysterical. And of course, where else would Pochita go but to terrorize the local woman population of Japan? Because that's what he does when he is out. He literally just has the most bare minimum instinctual desires of Denji the human. As far as Pochita knows, he's like, I'm gonna chase what Denji wants, and seems to go for a blood drive. It's unclear if maybe Pochita wants blood and he just wants people to give him blood because he's holding a sign of blood, give me blood. He did get hurt pretty bad, so maybe he wants to be healed. Pochita is just speaking gibberish, same as he did with Kobeni and the Kobeni hamburger scene, basically replaying that is in a completely different vibe. And Pochita is saying, in my opinion, what could be Nayuta. It's like Vagyagya or something like that. I can't believe I just literally tried to translate that to you guys, but it could be Nayuta. You know, Denji is calling out for, because remember, that's the last thing that he wanted. That's what turned Denji into Pochita. It could just be what Denji's heart truly wants, which is, despite, again, what Denji consciously not knowing what he wants, subconsciously, he knows he wants to be Chainsaw Man, whether he likes it or not, but at the same time, he also wants to have a happy life with Nayuta. And you know what? Sometimes that may not always be together, but he will always fight to find a way, and I think that's what Denji will realize at the end of this. And hopefully Asa, understanding Denji on a level that no other woman truly has, I hope that she's maybe able to figure that out and somehow stop Yoru from doing what, in my opinion, is definitely cap and not a way to save Denji. The last moment of the chapter is what seems to be Yoru making a deal with the Gun Devil of some sort, or at least with fulfilling a contract that the original Gun Devil had, which is revoking the index fingers of 400,000 National Pistol Association members in the United States of America, which... I have a couple, sound bites on that. One, this is why you always read contracts, because I guarantee you there was some fine print in this crazy Chainsaw Man world that was when they were signing up, all those motherfuckers did not even read it. And they're like, yeah, I want to be a National Pistol. You mean I get a 10% discount on my bullets when I go to the range? I'll sign any paper you give me. And look at you, not having any index fingers for the rest of your life now. Damn. That is insane. The NPA, stay away, or at least read before you join in. It's like that movie they made with the button, you're just taking that chance. There's 3.5 million members, only 400,000 of them got hit. So you've also got pretty good odds. Maybe you don't need to read the contract, but remember, think about that every single time you press accept on that Apple terms and conditions. Next time you update your phone. In a couple years, when you don't have index fingers, come back to this video and comment. Yoru poses like the Statue of Liberty after fulfilling this part of the contract, and as her finger begins to twitch, the statue also moves, alluding to there being something inside. Maybe there actually is, God forbid, a nuclear warhead or some kind of missile underneath the Statue of Liberty. I mean, there's always been theories and crazy, scary stories about what's inside the Statue of Liberty. I believe there's even an analog horror, the Mandala catalog, if I'm not mistaken, that literally uses something like that in the Statue of Liberty. So who knows what Fujimoto is about to spring on us, but we do know that it's going to be absolutely insane because Yoru isn't playing around. Yoru is trying to find Denji and Pochita right now, and despite Pochita trying to go off on his crazy, ridiculous antics at the moment, she's having none of it, and Yoru will destroy the entire planet if she needs to, because let's remember, they're in Japan. The Statue of Liberty is on the entire opposite end of the world, so I don't know how many people the Statue of Liberty is about to crush on its way over here to get here and fight Pochita, but it's not gonna look good, in my honest opinion. It really seems like one of the only things that might be able to break Pochita out of the spell is finding out if Nayuta is actually dead or not. We still do not know what the actual status is. I'm of firm belief that it's possible this was Nayuta's real decapitated head. I know we've seen multiple theories about Nayuta not having the mole on that decapitated head. All I'm saying is, it's not that crazy to think that the mole just wasn't there. We have to remember that there are sometimes inconsistencies. Nayuta could be alive, Nayuta could be dead. It also could be possible Nayuta's decapitated head might still be able to be put back on. So I think Nayuta is going to be the only thing that we can save, especially if it is the case that that's what Pochita's calling out for. If it's not Nayuta that's going to stop Pochita, then it's got to be Asa that stops Yoru, because again, if she's got 25% of the Gun Devil, which we saw about 20% of that fight Makima before and how much craziness that was able to cause upon the world. We've already got insane contracts being upheld. We've got Pochita, who we know if he decides to start taking things seriously, he can do some pretty decent damage himself. And right now, public safety has yet to respond. And we know that they are currently planning to, which with the Age Devil, there's going to be a three-way deadlock going on in about a second or two. Because the more power Yoru gets and the more that she's able to fight on par with not just Pochita, but the entire public safety division that's about to mobilize, which also has the power of a primal fear, which is all encompassing on potentially getting humans to take advantage of Pochita and potentially evolve the human race to never age again. There's so many moving pieces to this small little fight, and I have to say that the slow burn of Part 2 Chainsaw Man has truly and effectively done its job of making everything blow up at once. It took a very long time to get here. I will not deny that. But right now, while we're in the what seems to be climax, or at least the most hype, biggest moment of all that we've had in this almost 80 chapter run, knowing that Part 1 ended in 97 chapters, we've still got about 20 or so to go. All I know is I'm going to be here for it, guys. I'm excited to see whatever the hell Yoru is going to be bringing out, and I'm definitely excited to see how public safety responds. But most importantly, all I care about is Denji finding a way to be happy. And that being said, guys, hit that like button. Subscribe if you enjoy seeing content like this and want to make sure you don't miss any other weekly updates on Chainsaw Man or any other series you may read. And most importantly, don't forget about the main channel to go see if you can enjoy any other more polished content, more video essay type content. If you want to become a member of the main channel, don't forget to join the Discord community, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.